Fast forward, you come over channel so how say GH politics avenue. Podcast storage is trying to make headlines. And a gym really need to be exomo. I need me home brush say and a kaya. This is which must subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, share na for friends so answer into me kabi. And idiom the moon writing simo. Na enemido is Cecilia Dapaa asweye. Na yenina yawaha and na OSP ba moten so ebeka se. Mame no. Why fini simu mi momu. Wo say from Subia ni kwa waye. Efe ba ne say na FBI claim amena ene was pake. Na no yesi waboaboa aye Docket no e de akwa akodan eye yoko se omonhwehwe mu na maame no yemo no kwadu. Sase wo si hu ena bia for traction omoji mu pensim mu a ese wo so hu de ekọ ene de ba yemo wura mu. Me that's so wajemrewa.
And that's where we are currently. Dr. Jabunti Zato, I'm sure you perused the OSP statement. Yeah. What do you make of it generally?
Thank you. Good morning to you, and once again, good morning to our listeners. Oh, my friend Solomon is not here.
Yeah, so you're not feeling your vibe? Eh?
Yeah, I'm not feeling my vibe.
Okay,
you know, where Solomon, we miss you. Come back early, okay? But he's going somewhere to chill. I hope he chills and comes back. I'm glad that the OSP has come out with these reports. I think he's just performing his constitutional responsibilities. He's supposed to publish this, and it's good. It's also good when you have agencies of the state providing updates, providing information, both qualitative and quantitative information to citizens so that we get to understand and appreciate the work that they are doing. So on all that note, I'm happy, I'm glad that the OSP is doing that. I'm happy that he's not trying to create a rather opaque environment where he's working providing that. Secondly, I am on record here and elsewhere to say that I will never sit somewhere and say agencies of state, investigative agents of the state should not investigate people suspected of corruption, no matter whom they are and no matter when it happens. The moment you are appointed as a minister of state or the moment you are appointed to any public office, the day you raise your hand to take an oath of office, then you should also know that the day would come when you'll be held accountable. And I've preferred either regime accountability or post-regime accountability. So long as it is accountability, so long as people are being held accountable, I am for it, and I will never fault any state agency doing it. I've also said that if a state agency is abusing its coercive powers, weaponizing bail rather than using bail as a way to get information, and necessarily using bureaucratic red tape a means to detain people when they don't necessarily have to do that. In other words, when state agencies or if state agencies abuse their powers, I will also talk about it because I believe that in the democratic dispensation and considering how far we've come, it should be possible for state agencies to perform these duties without abusing the powers of people. So I've looked at some of the cases that they've talked about, but one stands out, and I think everybody understands that it is the Cecilia Dapaa case. And this is what I think. If Akuffo Addo was in the Jubilee House now, and this report came out, people have invaded the Jubilee House right now with ticket torches. If Akuffo Addo was in power and this report came out from the OSP about this investigation, especially about the FBI involvement, people would have chanted death to Akuffo Addo and death to the government.
How do you mean by that?
Because we saw it happen. We saw what happened. Akuffo Addo wrote a letter when, in fact, there's a popular saying in Ghanaian saying that give time some time. And right now, I'm beginning to see a lot of sense in that statement. Give time some time. If you remember, when he was writing the letter accepting the resignation of Cecilia Dapaa, there's a part where he said, he was very specific that time will vindicate you, that he believed in her. People have said that there was a deep friendship between Akuffo Addo and Cecilia Dapaa. People have said they've known each other for too long. I think they served together in parliament. So he was coming from a position of pain, but he also was coming from a position that he thinks he knows more and knows better. Today, the OSP is telling us that together with the FBI, Akuffo Addo was right. They have vindicated Akuffo Addo. That time, in the bosom of time, will reveal that Cecilia Dapaa was not corrupt. In fact, this is the headline from TV3 itself on one of your handles. FBI found no evidence of corruption against Cecilia Dapaa in respect of seized funds and frozen bank accounts. So the question is, and that's what I'm saying.
They have issued a statement say it doesn't mean so.
Again, yes, I know they are doing that. It's revisionist. You issue a statement, you get a...
You mean from the OSP? It's revisionist.
It's revisionist. You issue a statement, people read the statement. Now you've gone back to now say that, well, you know, we didn't say she was, but we've read the statement. The statement was captured. Again, it also goes to why were you in a hurry to issue a statement? Why didn't you dot all your I's, cross all your T's before you issue the statement? Did you know that your statement you released had the potential of being misunderstood? Did you intentionally do it? Or after you release it, was there any external pressure put on you to correct what you are now trying to say that is a misconception? Either way, what is clear is that both the FBI and the OSP have indicated that when Akuffo Addo said the bosom of in the course of time, Cecilia will be vindicated, he was right. People said he wrote a love letter to her. People said he had already cleared her before investigation started. A lot of vindictives, a lot of things were said about the then president. But time has proved that he knew what he was saying. Time has proved that he was right. Time has proved that what the civil society groups, NGOs, and the press said about the woman was not true. She was a victim, actually, that people stole her money. Look, the EOCO is still investigating this case, and we are all hoping and waiting to see what will happen. They are saying there are other aspects of the investigation. Go again and again, I am all for any forms of investigation that the state is doing. I'm all for the state saying that, look, if money, because see, corruption is a bane of development in this country. And anybody that's for corruption cannot be against state agencies doing their work and doing it very well. But for today, and on this particular issue, people must then sit down and then ask themselves, how did we get here? We got here because of extreme sensationalism. We got here because people do not take their time to understand this. And we got here because a president accepted resignation. Remember, there was something noble that happened. The woman resigned, or she was either pushed or she jumped. Either way, she took accountability for what happened. She was either pushed or she jumped. Let's let this investigation still continue. But today, when Akuffo Addo said time will exonerate her, when Akuffo Addo said time, she will be released, and when time comes on, people will see that she was not whom they said she was. This is time. Give time some time. We've given time some time. And these things keep telling us that maybe some of the things we said about corruption then were not true, were unfair, and that we were being unnecessarily harsh towards the then president.
Is it fair, the opinion he holds, that an ongoing issue that was reported is said to so-called vilify when it was an ongoing issue? It's only after investigations that you can make a determination, really, whether somebody was involved deeply or not. But this is also a politically exposed person, somebody holding a strong public office. Is that not the case?
Well, that is true, you see, and well, first of all, let me just say good morning.
Good morning to Mr. Landon.
Mr. Landon. Good morning, Mr. Landon.
And good morning to the viewers. I agree with all the principles you've stated about how state institutions must do their work and must be allowed to do their work. This case, like many of the cases that are under investigation, are cases that I personally feel very reluctant to talk about. Because, like in this case, which is very, in as much as it's a legal matter, that is being investigated, it is also very political. There's no two ways about it. When the allegations came out, it was a sensational bombshell. The same way, if today an appointee of President Mahama were to be found under similar circumstances and the news broke, it will be equally sensational. And the responses of the public will be equally the same. So that principle we must establish. Now, at the height of this matter, when, of course, being fundamentally a political situation because of the lady's political exposure, you hear very loud voices from political angles. So this just describes the mood in the country at the time. Yes, it is true that everybody is innocent until proven guilty. And yes, it was necessary for the president at the time, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, to issue a statement. But the statement that, or the letter that he wrote, in my personal view, was a little, he could have communicated his sentiments a bit differently.
You mean he should have been more formal?
Exactly. You see, if he had been a bit more formal, like the way my brother here has indicated, I don't think the issues would have been, or the reactions towards him would have been the same. I think it was a reaction from the presidency at the time that was not particularly so sensitive to the political situation that was ongoing in the country. So that was where things were not going well for the lady in question. And you see, with situations like this, there's a lot of prejudice. There are some people who, because of where they stand on the political angle, will never see anything other than what they see. And this has been the bane of our politics. You know, the objectivity and what we expect people to do in certain situations is clouded by emotions and sentiments. You see, so that is how things went. The OSPs, and of course, the way the communication has also gone with the OSP, from the OSP in there.
From the onset, related to this very subject matter?
Exactly. You see, the OSP's management of the situation too has in itself created some doubts and has not reinforced confidence in him. Because it has made people that because you say one thing today, you say something else tomorrow. You know, that kind of thing. So, and then sometimes the impression is created by the OSP that he is a victim.
Now you're a big man, you come late.
You see, so, you know, all these things haven't helped the situation. But if we are to look at this thing very carefully and take the facts as they are, yes, it is true. She's innocent until proven guilty. The facts as established are facts that have been established. And it is for her to defend herself, you know, through her counsel, her lawyers, etc., you know. But this matter, you know, it has been traveling in a way that is you know, it's an ongoing case anyway. So we are careful how we...
Because it's gone back to Yoko.
It's gone back to Yoko. It went to Yoko. Yoko responded. Now it's gone back to Yoko again. The same Yoko, but Yoko of different personnel. All these things give a certain coloring to the whole thing, which if we observers are not careful, we then begin to, you know, take positions that are not, you know...
There are some who hold a considered view that the subject matter of the sums of monies that were found in the home of her as a leading cabinet minister, an experienced politician, then draws in public opinion, etc. And so that would have certainly compounded the issue or not. Of course, aside what has to be done lawfully. Does it not raise issues about lifestyle, etc., that needs to be audited, especially when people are politically exposed in a public office?
Well, you see, but in this particular case, I don't think there was any suggestion about lifestyle
Audits.
Implications.
Yes.
There wasn't anything about their lifestyle that suggested that there was any excessive, you know. But the fact of the matter is that once, and that is the misfortune about the reality of that situation. Once you are politically exposed, even if you have your own sincere money or whatever, in a situation where some of these things occur, it creates a certain impression that makes it more difficult for you to defend. You know, so that is the situation in which she finds herself, and that's how anybody else in that kind of situation will find themselves. Like I said, if tomorrow an NDC appointee was found under very similar circumstances, the reaction will be exactly the same. So it's not something that is being done against an MPP, or it is Ghanaians' reaction to a situation, especially when at that time there was this heavy position of anti-corruption and the government doing so well and being so transparent and that kind of thing. So when something like this occurs, naturally, you get the kind of reaction.
So your conclusion is that it's just a natural reaction to order of things that happen.
Yes.
In an incident.
And the issues that are coming up have to do with the management of the situation. Part of it has to do with the management of the situation by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. You see, like even this, in this report, the statement that was issued, within 24 hours, another statement has been issued to clarify. That would not have been necessary if the first statement had been very clear and unambiguous. So it is some of these lapses, okay, maybe I won't use the word lapses, but some of these situations, or the way the OSP has handled some of these situations, that has given rise to some of this type of speculation and suspicion.
Rashid Tanku Computer is here with us, CEO for GIFEC, but also a Deputy Director for Elections for the NDC. And thank you for joining us as well. So the Office of the Special Prosecutor issues a statement to clarify, including the headlines we even have given as well as a media house, as well as others, that the attention of the OSP has been drawn to headlines indicating that there was no evidence found no direct evidence of corruption. Now, at the end of the day, you peruse the statements and the conclusions you will draw, irrespective of what headline you put, is that, well, there's no linkage by way of efforts in the investigating process to gather evidence against the accused at the time, or the personality of Cecilia Dapaa, that the monies that were found in a home, which were subject of a court case or a criminal prosecution in itself of her assigns or people who worked for her at the time, really were proceeds from corruption or corruption-related acts. And so those conclusions should be apt, is that not it?
Very well. Let me say good morning to you, Mr. London, and then Dr. Zaku, and the cherished viewers of Bimbila constituency. I wish them well. My brother, this matter, we all knew of this matter long since. And we knew how the former administration tried to whitewash it. Even before investigations started, they had already issued love letter.
I don't understand.
When this matter came out initially, the then president, His Excellency Nana Akuffo, issued a love letter to the lady and said she knew the lady was going to come out clean. She vouched for the integrity of the lady at that time.
What's your
point? It's a problem. When the investigative body was going to go into a matter and you issue such a letter ahead of that, what were you telling them? You were tying their hands. You know, there's something known as circumstantial evidence. See huge sums of money under your bed, your wardrobe. Is it not enough for enforcing agents, law enforcement agents, to go after you to find out why are you keeping such huge sums of money in your room when we have banks all over the place? Are you not surprised the city was suffering like that? When somebody was having bank in the room, all manner of currencies were found in that room. Huge currencies. You have euros, you have dollars, you have pounds. All the major currencies were found in the room. Huge sums. To the extent, even the lady herself didn't even know the amount of money stolen in the room. She didn't know, because she lost track of the amount of money she was touching in the room. And so these are the things we are talking of. But the manner in which the former administration was handling the matter was a clever way of trying to whitewash it and allow her to get away. Interestingly enough, they put behind some innocent young girls behind bars. And they are warning them left and right that they were prosecuting them because of this.
Yeah, it's a matter of stealing.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. But you see, the one who himself cannot tell the amount of money she has in the room. She couldn't even tell. She was having problem with, and I didn't even know how much was taken from me. I can't tell. The one belongs to my dead brother. Even to the extent, the dead brother, money was still going to the account. How can money be going into a dead person account? Day in, day out. That was what they tracked and saw all these things. So, thankfully, now Ghanaians were magnanimous to say, okay, if you can't investigate, we'll investigate them through ballot box. That's how Ghanaians did to them in 2024. To make sure that proper investigation goes through. That's why they lost the election. That's why I've been saying that a lot of things went wrong. The MPP is yet to find out why they lost the election. People were mad at that matter. Ghanaians were very mad about that issue because for the first time seeing somebody touch such huge sums of money in the room under the bed and sleeping on top of it while people were suffering and looking for just peanuts to start their businesses. I know where I'm coming from, and I know my brother, Dr. Zato, where we are coming from. With some 1,000 cedis, somebody business will blossom, just 1,000 Ghana cedis. It is enough for somebody business. When Dr. Zato went to give them football and other things, he added some small envelopes. They were happy.
You mean Cecilia?
I saw it. Is it not true? They were happy. You see, but somebody had this huge sum.
He went to donate. Eh?
Oh yes, he donated some brown envelope. There was
his primaries.
There was a brown envelope attached. Only the content we don't know.
The OSP should look at the envelope.
No, that's what we needed to. We could go into that one to later.
Okay, so your position
problem.
is that
yes.
the incident or the subject matter of the person itself aroused the curiosity of the public.
That is
and
it.
So the prosecution or perhaps the investigations were warranted.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. It was, but the manner in which the former administration handled it was not the best. You could see how they were flip-flopping between OSP and the Yoku. And to the extent there was a banter between the two bodies as to who is to do this and who is to whitewash. They were ahead of them, but the OSP was on his feet and insisting that this matter, this is how it's supposed to go. In fact, he was saved by the ballot box. He was saved by the ballot box. These people were bent on removing him at all costs. Even the head press conferences, party leadership and all this were calling for his head because he was going after these people. Now, the ballot board has saved it, and we are dealing with this matter. So please, allow him to do the work. Let's investigate and come out with a proper report about this issue. Because, look, Ghanaians, by our nature, please, if you have money, share. Let people enjoy. And let the Ghanaian CD stabilize as we have stabilized it. Don't go and put it in your wardrobe and be sleeping under it. That is the problem.
The
we have with
OSP then in their statement do indicate that the FBI and their collaboration with the OSP come to a conclusion that there's no evidence linking any maybe embezzlement or money from other sources of public coffers to the evidence of the money that was found in this instant case.
We and some of the team course watching and also I'm not so jemre. That's an iso bad in the don't be a dominion. If a same room near some questions.